One L, one C. For my cousin, rest in peace, baby. Love you, boy. I miss you every day. I'm out here doing this for you, bruh. I am. Keeping that motto alive for you, bruh. God, I miss you.
Hey, yo, what's good with everybody, man? I hope everybody's having a productive day, feeling blessed, and like I always say, it's one life, one chance. We only got one chance to do this right. Let's get it done. Well, this is a tragic story, a story that I wanted to talk about. I'm very unfamiliar with the details, but so is everybody, though. I've looked into it, read a couple of comments. Nobody will say how OG Wicked from Straight Cartel, he passed away, but it just kept coming up on my For You page, and I remember him. I remember him because I do follow Straight Cartel on Instagram. When I first seen Big Boy on Instagram, I was like, damn. And I seen the Orange County, and he was on the yard, and he went from the prison yard, the biggest Mexican on the prison yard, to creating a fitness business. An inspiring story for people that got out of jail or been to prison and create a business for themselves and, offer that business to people to get off the streets and go work out. That's very lucrative business, but motivating business to get people off the streets and just get buff, focus on themselves physically. That's where I lack at. I should be working out a lot more. So when I first seen this page, I started watching it for a while, and I used to sit there and be like, man, how come I can't get that big, bro? That's big, dude. Trying to balance a lot, life out. I'm still learning how to live life. But I would watch that page a lot, and I'd be like, man, I got to do more push-ups, bro. I got to get big like them fools, man. I bet you they get all the girls. Well, damn, I want to get buff like that and get all tatted back and lift like 5,000 pounds and I lift all those weights, bro. I thought that easy. Just get over here. You know what I'm saying? It'd be that easy, but, tragic story, man. Dude passed away. She's probably young. I don't know nothing about Wicked, other than, like I said, I seen him on the Instagram page a few times, and then everybody even shot me. So when I was at work today, I gave it some time to think about what I wanted to say. First and foremost, condolences and prayers to the family. A young guy passed away who was very ambitious with his workouts and what he did with life. I'm sure he had a family. I'm sure people are going to miss him. The last few videos I watched on Strength Cartel was the Cartel versus the U.S. Marines. And they were doing workout routines, boxing matches. And I was like, bro, that's fun right there. That looks fun to be able to do something like that. Right now, I got the dad bod and I'm shot out. I don't think I can lift 50 pounds right now with a dumbbell. I'll probably be like, I want to say in this video, in this particular case, nobody knew he was going to pass away. Some speculated it was a car accident, motorcycle accident. Doesn't matter. Somebody lost their life. Somebody was there one day and gone the next. And I'm sure that's happened to a lot of us. Sometimes death, whether it's family, whether it's close friends, associates, relatives, sometimes death is unexpected. We never know when we're going to pass away. Trust me, my circumstance is ugly. People hate me just because I do YouTube. People want to gun me down just because I do YouTube. It's very ridiculous how people are willing to go out their way when I don't bother nobody. I just tell stories and help people tell their stories. And I go about my life and live my life peacefully when I'm off camera. So none of us know when we're going to go. None of us know when our time is going to be called upon. And God has a plan. And that's all I could ever say is God has a plan. And God has a plan for me. If it's now and he wants me now, then so be it, man. I live with that fact that I know I'm one of the most hated YouTubers out here, and I got a lot of support, but I got a lot of people that just don't want me here no more. But if I came to terms a long time ago, like if something ever happens to me, at least I get to go see my cousin, and I get to go see my grandma in heaven, and maybe get some of those homemade tortillas and those frijoles. You know what she used to make? You know how you roll up the little bread? Tell me if you guys know what this is called. She just called them galletas. But you know how you roll up the dough and then you're going to roll it out to make a tortilla? Well, before she rolled it out to make a tortilla, she'd get that dough and she'd poke holes in it with a fork. And then she'd throw it in the oven and make these big old round biscuits. And then she'll cut them in half and put frijoles right there. And dude, I used to smack like 8 of them before school. And then come back and smack like 8 more after school. And then smoke a blunt and smack like 8 more. And then the next day I'm just got the runs like crazy off all those beans. So, if I make it to heaven, I'll ask my grandma to make me one of those galletas again because I miss those. Because nobody's ever going to make the food as good as my grandma ever did. Which I always trip out on. Everybody can say that, like, your mom's cooks good, but everybody always loved the abuelita's cooking. I miss my grandma. And the message in this video is, like I said, we don't know when people that we're close to, that we love, that we cherish, that we want to see tomorrow, we don't know when they're going to go. They don't know when we're going to go. So don't live your life with hate, animosity, resentment, bitterness, always fighting. There's sometimes I hold a lot of grudges where I won't talk to somebody for a long time, like me and my brother's situation. Sometimes I'll go 4 or 5 months without talking to him because, we just beef a lot. And then when we talk, man, we're like the best of friends. And then it goes back and forth, back and forth. Same thing with my mom. And I hate that we go through trials, but, outside of YouTube, I have a personal life and a lot of personal struggles that I deal with every day, including with the mother of my kids. I don't like to be mad at people, even though I do get mad at people, even though I push people away, even though I close people off and I close myself off from everybody. And sometimes I tell myself, like, I don't need nobody. I'll just stick to myself and neglect everybody. But through those times of neglect and putting your guard up and pushing people away, something can happen to them and you're going to regret it. You're going to regret it that you wish you had one more moment to say I love you, or one more moment to say hi, or one more moment to get a hug. See, I lost out on 3 occasions. I want to tell you about them before I end this video with a positive message. The first one was my grandma. As I just said, I loved her to death. Miss her every day of my life. But once I started gangbanging, I forgot about her. The streets took control of me. All I ever wanted to do was be a menace to society and be a thug and be part of my hood. So when I paroled in 2003, I told this story a long time ago, but for my new subscribers, I'm my grandma's favorite grandson. She has like 7 or 8, but I'm her favorite because, it's long history, long past, long story, but I'm her favorite grandson, believe it or not. The most troubling making child of the family, the black sheep of the family, but I was her baby. I was the one she loved the most. I could commit a crime, bro, and she'll lie for me. She wouldn't even believe it. God couldn't convince her that I committed the crime. That's how much she loved me, and I was her baby. Well, when I went to YA, cancer hit her hard from smoking cigarettes, and that's why I hate cigarettes, bro. I can't stand cigarettes. I don't like to see people smoke cigarettes. It just reminds me of my grandma and how I lost my grandma to cancer. So she couldn't walk for like 2 years. 2 years. The whole time I was locked up from juvie all the way to YA until my first parole. My family was trying to teach her how to walk. She was just sitting in the recliner watching God movies all day. But the moment that I paroled, that same day, my grandma got up after 2 years of trying to learn how to walk, not being able to use her legs, not having the strength and the willpower in her body to move a muscle. I watched my grandma walk up to my car and give me a hug. And everybody's crying. And I was like, why is everybody crying for me? I thought y'all hated me, bro. But they were crying because they finally got to see her walk again after 2 years. But she wanted to walk and meet me at the car and give me a hug. Then I walked her back to her bed, watched a movie with her. And then what did I do? Got hooked on drugs, hooked on meth, went to the streets again. And the night before she died, she invited all her grandkids over because she wanted to watch some movies. That's what me and my grandma did. When I spent time with my grandma, all we did was watch movies. Her favorite movies, Armageddon, anything Steven Seagal. Can't stand the old ones, not the new ones. The old Steven Seagals. Jean-Claude Van Damme, he's fine. That's how she used to say it. When she seen his butt on Bloodsport, she called him Knockers, and ever since then, Knockers stood in my head. So that happens. So she invites all the kids to watch movies, and that night I was all drugged out my misery. Wanted to kick it with the homies, and she passed away that morning in front of the kids, in front of everybody. Tragic details I don't need to explain. So I broke down, wanted to end my life, wanted to do everything because I missed my grandma. And just knowing that I could have been there that night. Of course I didn't want to see them. Of course I live every day wondering if I was there, how would I have took it to see it? Did I want to see it? Is it okay that I didn't see it? Am I blessed that I didn't have to watch her go through her last moments? That the last moment that I had with my grandma was me putting her to bed in her hospital bed with the mask on, and I watched movies with her. Do I want my memories to be like that, or that memory of her passing away? It's been like 10, 15 years, and I still ask myself that same question. Then my cousin passed away. Everybody knows about my cousin's situation. I didn't get to say goodbye to him. I didn't know he was going to leave. The whole time in prison, I just used to tell myself, man, I can't wait to get home and me and my cousin smoke a blunt again and just cruise to Larry all on the east side, bumping music, checking out girls that are walking down the streets with big old butts like we used to do. I didn't get that chance neither. And then just recently, my homie that passed away, I'm not going to say his name, but he got killed in Visalia. One of my best friends. I mean, my best friend. We went to restaurants together. You see, you go. He went with his girl a lot, but I was always there with him. He always, even if it was just him and his girl and they want to go on a date, he'd always call me like, "Hey, fool, I know you ain't got nobody want to come." I'll be the third wheel, but I'll be like, "I'll slide through now. I want a burrito, wet burrito. I don't care what you and her do afterwards." Me and that dude got so much memories together. The last memory that we have together, it's a funny one. I was getting at some girl where we worked at. She was gorgeous. She was fine. And he didn't want me to hit it because he wanted to hit it. So one day when I was getting at her, he actually walked up to me and was like, "Hey, fool, like, did you go check? You might want to go check yourself, bro, because I think I caught it too from old girl. And I'm starting to itch." And it was funny, though, because I had jock itch from sweating in my pants at work a lot. So I was always itchy right there, too. So he freaked me out. So he said it like he had an STD, that I should go get checked because I hit the same girl that he hit. But he said it in front of the girl to make the girl walk away from me. Messed up my whole game, dude. Messed up my whole game. But it was a joke. I took it serious because like I said, I found out I had jock itch. I was scratching all crazy. I was wondering why I was itching so bad. But the doctor said that you need to shower more often. You need to shower after work, shower after you sweat, shower every time you sweat down there or you have sex. You need to shower. That's what you're not doing. And I was like, well, I shower after work, fool. Let's get that out the way. But the other part, after sex, sometimes I don't. I just crash out. So he threw me off, man, and I got mad at him for like, why would you do that, bro? Like, man, she was bad, bro. Like, I had her, like, I was this close, bro. He didn't mess it up for me, but he would do things like that. The last movie I watched with him was The Quiet Place Part 2. We went to Hanford. Him and his girl sat on that row, ate nachos. I went right there. Then from Hanford all the way to Visalia, he had a brand new car. I had a brand new car, and mine was a sports car. So we raced all the way from Hanford all the way to Visalia. Just 90, 100 miles per hour, just from Hanford all the way to Visalia. That was one of the last memories that I have with him. And then, I got into a relationship. YouTube took off for me. And I went reserved. I went quiet. For a long time, I just focused on YouTube, cut off a lot of people because I was so busy on this, so focused on this. And I lost my boy. I did the last memory. We used to talk on Snap all the time. And I still have him on my Snap. And there's every once in a while, I go down my Snap memories and I have pictures of him. Pictures that I can't show out of respect for his family. But just the very next day, he was gone. And that's the point I'm trying to make is that, I just seen this dude on an Instagram. Like maybe 3-4 weeks ago. He was on a night out. I seen the video the night before he passed away when he was on a night out. And just the next day, nobody knows why. He's just, hey man, he passed away. So I shared with you 3 stories of people that passed away because, I got caught up in this life. I got caught up focusing on my goals and objectives or resentment, bitterment, the lifestyle. Name it. All the scenarios are different. But I know for a lot of people out there, I see a lot of Facebook posts. I see a lot of people's stories. You're my own. Sometimes, people cut people off when they show their true colors to you. And you're always going to cut people off. You're always going to argue with people. But, sometimes things happen like this and you're going to regret it. Because trust me, I regret. And I don't even know how I regret it. But, I don't know if I should have been there that night with my grandma. Like me, what if me going there that night to watch a movie would have saved her life and kept her alive longer? Cancer took its toll. I could beat myself up every day for that, but I can't. I couldn't have stopped my homie's death because of the circumstances that took place. But I went like 4 or 5 months without chilling with him when I chilled with him my first year out of prison. Every weekend we did something different. I don't get those memories no more with him. He doesn't get to see his newborn baby. He passed away before the baby was even born. And yet I'm over here enjoying the privilege and enjoying every day getting to see my son grow. So my message is pretty simple with this video. Tomorrow isn't promised for anybody. As much as we look forward to tomorrow, as much as we look forward to creating a future, as much as we think, if you're a daydreamer like me, I think about like 10 years from now, 5 years from now, this from now. What am I going to accomplish when I'm 45? What am I going to accomplish when I'm 55? Yeah, I think that far ahead. But tomorrow isn't promised. And if you love that person, you care about that person, you have memories from that person, I understand that sometimes people do you dirty, people do you wrong. Loyalty and betrayal plays a big part in, relationships, ending or friendships going bad. But if you really love that person and you miss that person, nothing get in the way of that. Because from what I see on social media and sometimes the way I conduct myself, childishly, You know, you can burn bridges, or you can close down bridges, or you can close your doors to people, and then something happens to them, then you're gonna cry about it, and you're gonna wish it. You don't want to live with those regrets. To be honest with you, if you can make amends with people that have done you wrong, or you've done them wrong, and if you don't have to be friends like before or close like before, but I just hope that nobody ends up in those positions that I've been in. That I didn't get to spend one more day with my grandma because I was hooked on drugs. Or I didn't get to spend years with my cousin because I decided to go to prison and be all political and join a prison gang and neglect my family and abandon my family and forget the morals and values of family. And I chose a brotherhood instead that betrayed me anyways. I turned my back on my cousin, and then my cousin died, and I have nothing to show for it. My last memory with him was when I was 13 years old. 13 years old. And I was trying to do 15 years to go back to him, to see him one more time. I didn't get that chance. That chance was taken away from me. And now my homie. And I'm pretty sure a lot of us have been through those circumstances that can talk about them in the comment section if you wish. If you get the chance to tell somebody you love them, if you get the chance to hug somebody that you cared about, that, you know, the fallout was ugly, you know, sometimes we got to put all that pride to the side. Don't allow frivolous things like materialistic stuff, jealousy, envy, greed, hatred, resentment. Don't let none of those bad flaws get in the way of something that's meaningful to you in your life, which is a friendship, which is a relationship, which is a bond with somebody. Because like I said, tomorrow isn't promised and people pass away. We never know when they're going to pass away. It could be you or it could be them. You don't want to live with that regret that you weren't able to say goodbye or tell them hi or give them a hug again. So that's the message for this video. Last but not least, man, my condolences and prayers to go out to the family of Big Wicked. People are going to remember him. Trust me, I will, man, because I still watch that page, man, and that page has been inspiring to me to actually get in physical health, get in physical shape, and maybe one day I will do that. So with that being said, like I always say, is one life, one chance. We only got one chance to do this right. Let's get it done. Peace.